Yeah, hi there. These comments are for Carlos, and I am Michael Buckoff, the founder, owner, and the materials writer for all of your lessons at the 7-Step System to Pass a TOEFL IBT. And you sent me a practice test that you want me to take a look at today. Okay, so let's take a look at that right now. So I'm going to go into my email here. Where is it? Okay, here it is. Okay, so it says listen to, evaluate, and score my speaking practice test. So here we go. I'm going to listen to it right now for the first time.
In my view, I prefer studying alone over studying with a group. I feel this way for two reasons. First, you know yourself about your progress.
No, time out. Now, I feel this way for two reasons. You know how many times I've heard that this week? Probably 10 times. What does that tell me? You're memorizing. You're beginning your response a certain way. It sounds like you're using a template, and that, Jose, is not going to help your speaking score. So not the best way to begin this kind of response, because it's not original. It doesn't sound like you're using spontaneous English.
When you have very many problems with a...
No, not with you. I do not recommend using that second person singular point of view. So, Jose, your best point of view here is the I or the he, she, or it point of view. So what I'm saying is, for TOEFL independent speaking, and for independent writing, it's better to use the first or the third person point of view. Right? If you're not sure, go to Google. Choosing the most appropriate point of view in speaking or writing, or academic speaking or writing.
Pronunciation, you can study alone many times. Second, you can dedicate more time.
No, you got to give an example in there to help support your idea. You need to show more depth and complexity of thought. You might say, well, for example, if I'm studying for my Biology 101 class and I'm not studying with anybody else, I can more effectively plan out my study guide. I can begin my preparations without being interfered by anyone else.
For the study alone than with other persons, for instance. When you study with other people.
When I study with other people, or give an example. See, for example, one time when I was doing my undergraduate degree, I did study with a group of people as I was preparing for my math exam, you might say. That's an example. Be very specific. Try to personalize your response.
You need wait. The group are complete. And this is...
No, you got too many pauses. You're pausing after every word, so that's a pacing issue that also is going to bring down your score.
I prefer study alone with a group.
Okay, I'm going to listen to it one more time without saying anything, then I'm going to give you a score.
In my view, I prefer study alone over studying with a group. I feel this way for two reasons. First, you know yourself about your progress. For example, when you have very many problems with the pronunciation, you can study alone many times. Second, you can dedicate more time for the study alone than with other persons. For instance, when you study with other people, you need wait. The group are complete, and this is why I prefer study alone with a group.
See, at the very end, you need, wait, group. That, your speech, it kind of broke down at the end. You started speaking. It's called fragmented, telegraphic, frequent pauses and hesitations. So I'm going to put your score right now at about 2.1 out of 4, 17 points out of 30 on this particular practice test. So what do you need to do to change? Number one, delivery. You need to improve your intonation. Number two, you need to improve your pacing, especially with what I call thought groups and blending. right? That means instead of pausing after every word, you want to pause after 4 or 5 stress words, then you have a pause, then another 4 or 5 stress words, and so on, and make sure, Jose, the words within the thought group, you want to make sure you're blending those words together. So I think intonation, also thought groups and blending, you can improve in that area. Language use. You need a little bit better, more advanced vocabulary and grammar. You need to improve in both of those areas in order for you to get higher. Topic development. You need more specific detail, personalized detail to help explain your ideas. You also want to begin the task with a better, more focused introduction. Not how you did. I have 2 reasons for my point of view. That was not very original. All right? So thank you for completing this particular practice test. I hope that you found that I've given you some useful information. And by the way, my TOEFL course, I actually have a TOEFL speaking bootcamp course you might be interested in joining. Maybe, maybe not, but if you are, you can go to my website. You can find more about that. Anyway, thank you very much for your comments.